Well, good evening and welcome to Hull and Back podcast. It's Tiger Talk here on Humble Wave Radio and on the podcast here. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Good evening to you, Paul. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I've been on holiday. It was very nice. Bit too hot for me, really, but nice. Nice to have a break. But as I say, I'm not really good for sitting in the sun all day, so it was a little bit too hot in late 30s some days. So, but yeah, glad to be back. And a good win on Sunday.
Good to have you back, and it'd be good to hear your views and hear what you've got to say tonight about how Hull City have been going. Evening to you, Chris.
Good evening, Eddie.
Had a good week?
Well, the weekend was fantastic, wasn't it? So, yeah.
We'll come to that in a minute, Chris. Evening, James.
Evening, Eddie.
You have a good week?
Well, other than going down with a bit of a cold, I'd say so, yeah. So I have to excuse me tonight. Yeah.
Bit of it going around at the moment, James. There is. It's a bit sniffly at the moment.
Yeah.
Good evening to you, Jan.
Good evening.
Are you had a good week?
It is. I've had COVID, would you believe?
Have you?
Mm.
It's not a thing anymore, Jan.
It is for me because I'm clinically vulnerable. So, yeah, it is.
Yeah, well, they do say it. I mean, I'm just saying that it ain't a thing anymore. You don't lock up for it or anything. It's just.
Well, I did keep away from people and I get some special meds from the doctors when I get it. But yeah, it's not pleasant still.
No, it's not pleasant. I might have caught it. I went to see Coldplay on Monday night, which was amazing at Craven Park. So yeah, I mean, there's been a good chance I could have caught it from there. So you never know, do you? Anyway, let's not talk COVID. Let's talk about the football. And we might cover a little bit of ground that To Hull and Back podcast covered on Sunday night, but we'll try not to cover the same things as them. And it's different presenters, different people, so we'll probably have some different views. And a really good win in the end at home, Paul.
Yeah, I think myself, I think it's the best home performance for a long, long while. I'd even say better than the sort of Rosenior time. I thought it was really attacking, really on the front foot. 2 sloppy goals, but other than that, I mean, second half we totally dominated. And even their manager came out and said they was lucky to be drawing at half time. Hull deserved the win, sort of thing. So I was really, I sort of inspired, to be quite honest, because we looked a different team. I don't know what's happened. I mean, people like Giles, who last year I think most people was quite happy to get rid of and go on his merry way wherever. I mean, he's been an absolute phenomenon the last 2 times I've seen him. I mean, some of them crosses he puts in, and he seems to be really wanting to win as well. Last year, he just didn't seem to be bothered. I know one match he ran back and just let the player run past him, more or less. So it's got to be down to the manager. I think, a Jun for a change, it seems to have got the right manager in charge. The players seem to be playing. They know the jobs. The midfield 3, I thought, worked really well. As I say, a couple of sloppy goals, but their sort of thing was the long throw, and we didn't seem to deal with it as well as we should do. But I was really impressed with them. And I think if we carry on in that vein for the rest of the season, relegation won't even be there to be thought of. I think, in fact, top 10 could even be there, maybe even higher, because they look really positive. They've got a goal threat, which last year we didn't have. We've got, 6 goals in. When did we last score 3 goals in 2 games on the trot? I can't remember. So it's just all positive at the moment. I don't know what everybody else thinks.
Yeah, well, let's pass it on to you, Chris, next. What did you think?
Yeah, massively impressed. I just love the way they played football. I know it's been talked about on the programme before, but I think the confidence that the players had in each other, spraying the ball about, some of them diagonal balls from Lunstonham and Hughes were fantastic. And the speed in which they did it really got the opposition like panicking. Chasing shadows at times. So the massive positive 2 goals we conceded. We're a bit, that's the only thing to worry about. But if they can tidy that up, obviously how defensively resilient they were against Coventry, and that second ball. But yeah, lots of positives to go forward with.
Lots of positives to go forward with, Chris. You just dropped out a couple of times for me there. I don't know if we dropped out for other people as well. Yeah, it's not my internet connection then. So yeah, lots of positive to take. And you're right. The only negative is the 2 goals conceded, but hopefully they can work on that in training, James.
100%. And I thought Casey Palmer was absolutely fantastic in the first half. He was linking up with Ndala so well, and Ndala was absolutely all over the pitch. I mean, I absolutely love him. He's a quality player. He's been one of the best signings of the summer, I think. And some of the overlapping plays from the fullbacks that we had throughout the game, so both Dramé and Giles, was absolutely brilliant. And like I said, the control, like you said, Chris, from lunchroom in the middle of the park, the diag balls we was having. I mean, he's playing like a bit like a prime Steven Gerrard in the middle of the pitch, as that, holding midfielder, he's linking up the play. And we just look like a much more tight-knit unit than we did last year. And that's really nice as a fan to see, especially after, as I say, what happened last year.
Yeah, it certainly is a lot better what happened last year. Who's got the dog in the background?
Yeah, that's me, sorry. They're a bit noisy, but that's Jones.
Just mute yourself when you're not talking, then, James. Jan, you watched it on Sunday. Sorry, what did you think?
I'd agree. I think that's the best game we've seen out of Casey Palmer. I thought he played well at Wrexham, but I think that was his best game overall on Sunday. Man of the match for me was Lundstrom, head and shoulders. Although when I've been looking at because of the full match replay, I don't think he did well on one of the goals. I keep saying it to people. It's the defence that worries me now. But yeah, fabulous. I mean, we should have been home and dry 4 or 5 by half time. I thought we were better in the first half. They got more to grips with us in the second half. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it as well. And I think, man of the match was hard to call, to be quite honest with you. I think definitely Casey Palmer's got a shout for man of the match on Sunday. I think the man of the match was officially given to McBurnie, wasn't it? So he got it officially, but he did score a goal and create 2. So I suppose when you do that, you end up getting the man of the match, don't you? So, but yeah, lots of good shifts put in. I agree with what you say, Paulie. When you're looking at Giles at left back, he looks like a different player. He really had a good game. He put, I think, every cross that he put in was there to be taken by somebody, and it's such a difference and such a real delight to watch, to be quite honest with you, how he's putting those crosses in and stuff like that. So I think there's lots of strikers in this division that would be crying out for somebody like Giles to be putting crosses into the box like he's doing. And you can see McBurnie said to him, put the ball there and I'll try my best to get on it. And it's frustration when he don't get on it, but when he does, it's going to be a really good link up between them two. And, I think that thing of I'm hoping that Carl Joseph can learn something from McBurnie, because he had such a good game on Sunday, and to get that goal at the end, it's really, really good, isn't it? To score in stoppage time. It's the best time to score. Still was a little bit nervous towards the end, but we managed to hold on and get those valuable 3 points in the bag. So I didn't realise that Joe had scored it. It was really, really quick when he put that ball in. And it was like, I think it was all sort of saying, let's cross the ball. He just puts it in, and it's a good goal. And it's good to have Joe Geldart back in the team again, Paul.
I think all the team played well. I couldn't pick a man of the match. I think all of them had good games. I say the midfield 3 played really well, linked up together well. We just looked a different team. I mean, it's unbelievable how our team can change, I think, under a manager. And I heard the manager after the game, and he wasn't happy with the 2 goals we conceded. So he's not gone away thinking we've had a good 3-2 win. He's gone away thinking we could have done better. And they practiced, evidently, the long throws during the week, knowing that, they had that long throw in them and they practiced, and he was a bit disappointed. So I like that as well about the manager, that he's not just sitting on his laurels. We've got a good 3-2 win, we'll move on. He's going to work with them on stronger defensively, which is good. It is a bit a bit down. He scored 2 really good goals, looked on top, and we let sort of 2 sloppy goals in. Nobody marking on the edge of the box. Second one, if somebody gives a shout to use, it goes out for a goal kick. Nobody gives him that shout, so he heads it back where it came from. So it was a bit. That was the disappointing side of it, but I thought we played really well. So to have a go is a bit harsh, but I thought all the team played really well. I couldn't pick a man of the match, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it was really good, and the team did play well. And yes, Sarah, I was the same as you. Very anxious near the end and waiting for the ref to blow the whistle, but thank God he did. What a good ref. Unfortunately, we can't seem to. I saw lots of comments about not just our team, but other teams playing in the championship and the quality of refereeing in the championship, and it just doesn't seem to improve, does it? The quality of referees in the championship, unfortunately, and it's something that we're obviously going to have to put up with because we are where we are, and the refs that we've got are the refs that we've got. So not good at all. We've been obviously since our last podcast, we've had the result from our transfer restriction appeal. I hope I've got the right words and nobody's shouting at me tonight. And we've had it reduced from 3 windows down to 2 windows. Is that the right decision, Jan?
Yeah, I think so. I think now you just shut up and get on with it. I think there's, somebody was saying today, we need to appeal. No, we don't. We don't want them to dig anymore. We just need to say, slap your wrists, get on with it. Because actually, I think the window's been fantastic regardless. So, in many ways, they've done us a favour.
Probably have done us a favour. Puerta and Redder are a little bit sort of frozen out at the moment, James.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about this before. They're just 2 players that are stuck in limbo. And I think, especially for Reda, it's a bigger problem because he's uprooted his life from a completely different country and moved here to essentially not really know what the future of his career is, whether it's at Hull City or whether or not it's going back somewhere in Morocco. So, yeah, I mean, I think just for the sake of those 2 players, there needs to be some sort of decision or some sort of middle ground that the EFL can find with the club. But I agree with Jan as well completely that it was the right decision, 100%. I mean, we just need to get on with it now. And at the end of the day, I think if we're doing well towards the January window, at least it means that Adjun's not going to, put his hand in his pocket and spend too much money again for a last-ditch playoff push,
Yeah, no, it certainly is. And Sarah asks, a bit bizarre when Hughes had to be taken off the pitch. What was it about? John, you might know John, Jan, you might know this John is. I don't know him, but he said it's a new protocol for head knocks. It's a bit of a strange one. It happened to us twice on Saturday.
They did it wrong though, because I watched the game on Friday night or Saturday. I don't know which day it was because we played Sunday, and this happened. But what they were saying was that it is a new rule, and it's about if they've got a head injury, whether they ask for treatment or not, they have to go off. But he said, and they have to be assessed, and that's the bit. Nobody looked at him. Nobody said, how many fingers have I got up, or any of those questions. Either of them did they? It happened twice, and it was and equally. Oh yeah, well I'll bring that one up later. But yeah, it just seemed bizarre. Now I'm assuming it's to stop people feigning injury or time wasting or something like that. But if the referee deems it to be a head injury, they have to go off and be assessed. Well, it wasn't, was it? They just sent him off for 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was strange, wasn't it, Chris? Because as Sarah says, drama seemed okay, and he got more or less straight back up. So should the ref have took him off at that point?
Well, I'm not 100% familiar with the protocol, the new one. Last season,
I don't
to my
think
knowledge,
the refs are, Chris, so don't worry about that.
I know last season it was, if I'm right, I'm happy to be stand corrected, but if a player, went down, took the foul, got an injury, but got back up within so many seconds and he was able to just kind of play on. It was only if they needed treatment that they then needed to go off for that 30 seconds, whether it was a head injury or not. So I'm a bit bamboozled with what happened on Sunday with both of them. Drame, that was one of them where I saw it a number of times last year where a player's like taking a ball in the face or in the head, like from more or less point blank, and it knocks him off the feet like a stormtrooper or something. But he did go down, but within about 2 or 3 seconds, he got up and you could see him physically saying to the ref, "Look, I'm okay. You don't need to stop it. Play on." I think he called Charlie over and explained what he was doing and why. Obviously, with him being the captain, but he didn't seem happy with it, and I think Lundstrom was shouting at the referee as well. In the sort of phase afterwards, and then, like I say, something similar has happened with Charlie. But the confusing thing as well after that. There was a clearance. It went out of play at more or less the halfway line. So instead of letting the other team have a throw in, he's prattling about and decides to go over and do a drop ball.
But then we weren't allowed to attack it, though, were we? No,
I think that is a problem. Refs are a problem in the Championship. I mean, I can't remember his name, the ref from Sunday, but I have seen him at the MKM Stadium before. I've never been impressed with his performances up to now, and he's going to have to put in a big performance for me to be impressed with his performance. To be quite honest with you, I'm not sure where they get trained or anything, but they obviously must go through some training, and you'd like to think that they could get it a bit better than they are doing, wouldn't you? Do we think that City need another centre-back? Because we have a couple of injury-prone players, and that's one position that Owen's concerned about. You're concerned about it as well, Jan?
I am concerned about it as well, and also, even if Shemi's fit, is he likely to be called up for the AFCON?
Could be. I would think that they'd look at his fitness as well, to be quite honest with you, Jan, because, it's maybe a thing that I'm not sure what... Well, he's come on a contract to Hull City, so he can't be on massive wages because the EFL wouldn't have allowed it, would they? So it's one of them where, I suppose it's a difficult one, and we've maybe signed him for a reasonable fee, because of obviously the
there was no fee, was there? Because we couldn't.
No, I mean like not a fee, reasonable wages. Sorry, because of the situation that we're in. Is this why we've got him because of this situation? I don't know. He's obviously a good. I mean, I watched him at Coventry. He played really well at Coventry, but to last a game, it's not enough. In the Championship, you need, people that are going to last a bit longer than that. So I do think we need another. Another centre-back to come in and actually play.
Haven't we? We've got Stan Ashby. So
we have.
Yesterday, we went to watch the academy, the under-21s. Now, poor old Stan ended up playing left full-back because I understand Ed Devine was training with the first team squad or something. But, there's him to come through. But, I mean, for me, he either needs to come through and they need to give him some games, or they need to let the lad go on loan because he's a good player, but he needs games.
Yeah, no, he certainly does.
What I can't understand is why we got rid of Macca and Jones. Why we couldn't keep them? We've got a lot of money for Jones, I suppose, in the sort of shape of things. But I think Macca was only 500,000, wasn't it, or something like that?
They weren't big earners either, were they? Neither of them were big earners.
I don't think it'd have been harsh to have kept him. He's a left-footed centre back as well, which we haven't really got. I don't know why we got rid of him, especially to get a lad from Sheffield Wednesday. And I'm not having a go at the lad from Sheffield Wednesday, but what I'm saying is we had Macca and he was on wages. Well, I'm just saying he was on wages, it was here, and we wasn't getting a lot of money for him. Jones probably got a little bit more, so you could maybe understand that. Maybe Macca wanted a bit more game time. He wasn't going to get it, but we haven't got a left-sided defender. But I would have tried to kept him because I don't think he was out of contract or anything, was he? So I don't know why. I think
in the summer, next summer he's probably out of contract. So that's probably the thing. Andrew Kitchen was the ref. Thanks for that, Lee. I think he should stay in the kitchen next time and not come down to the MKM Stadium rather than giving me a load of a load of heartache and giving me palpitations near the end of the game. I can tell you. We have done some good transfer business. Maybe we've dodged a little bit of a bullet there because Freegan, however you say it, ACL straight away it normally happens to us, that, doesn't it? So we maybe have dodged a little bit of a bullet there. What do you think, James?
I mean, I think I read that he'd done it in training or something like that. So, I mean, whether or not it was about to go or not already, we'll never know. Because, I mean, he could have come here and it'd been a completely different story. So there's no way of being able to tell easily. But I've seen as well, we've been linked with Noah Ohio again.
I saw a link with that.
I don't know what everyone else thinks, but I mean, I actually really wouldn't mind having him back as a backup, to be honest, personally.
No, I'd be happy to have Noah Ohio back. I liked him when he was here. Jan's shaking her head, so she wouldn't have him back.
Yeah.
Paul, would you have him back?
He did all right in the time he was here. Hard to judge him. He wasn't here that long, didn't get much game time, but he looked all right in the time I saw him. So, and if he's only a backup, and got Joseph as well, why not? He's probably, I can't imagine him on massive wages. So it might not be a bad shout.
Scored some goals, Jan, in the time that he was here, in the short minutes that he got given.
He probably scored one decent one, and the ball hit him on the other ones as it went in.
Chris, are you having him back?
His first touch was awful.
Can I sit on the fence? I'd like if
you
the
get
window
splinters in your bum if you do, Chris.
Yeah, if the window was going to be open a bit longer, I'd like to see what Destin's like first. If Destin's okay, then I say no, we don't need him. But if Destin's going to be injured for a bit longer, or is maybe not cut out for championship level, then I don't see the harm in bringing him in.
Yeah, I don't see the harm in bringing him in. He has a lot of pace. He's a big lad, Jan, you're a bit negative, apparently. That's what Simon says.
Yeah, I just think he runs around a lot and he engages with the fans a lot, so everybody loves him. But he wasn't that great. His first touch was shocking.
I do agree with that.
I do agree. The first touch wasn't the best, but he could score a goal.
It won't happen because of money. There's some. They're not. They don't want to learn him or something. I've read that today. Has anybody else seen it?
Yeah, they wanted him. If they're going to let him go out, they want it to be on a permanent. Apparently.
Yeah. I'm sure. I thought I'd read something. Yeah.
So overall, I think, looking at the transfers and the transfer restrictions that we've got, I think we'd all say we're reasonably satisfied with the outcome.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite positive about it. We've done some real good business. There's a great buzz around the club. If you look on social media, lots of people saying it's the best window we've had. Yeah. It's positive that it's been reduced from 3 to 2. So regardless of where we are next summer, we should be able to trade as normal. And I think the only sort of bit of limbo there now is, touch wood, we don't have any major injuries. Bloom is nearly back. There's rumours going around that we're after this other midfielder from Bosnia. If we bring him in, then I think we're covered in every
Chris,
position.
you didn't do the name. Come on, it's Amir Hadzi
Metrovic.
Yeah, there you go, something like that.
So if we bring him in, you've got 2 players for every position. Really good players. The way we're playing football is great. We've got Matazo to come back as well. Miller's probably only a few weeks away. So without any major injuries, we've got a really good squad. We probably don't need to dabble in January if we keep them all fit. And like I say, you just push high up as the league as possible. Who knows where we can go? And then, like I say, next summer we're back to normal. And I think someone's already said it. It makes the club get it back on top of its financial situation. I've lost count now. Baz Cooper's always keeps a tally, doesn't he, how many players we've brought in? It must be in the 70s now, mid-70s, since Adjun came in. Every summer we have double-digit players coming in. And in January, sometimes 5 or 6. So the chain of players, it's going to stop that. Let that, we've got a lot of permanents, a couple on loan, but they're there for the full year. So I actually think, I'm not that down about the decision. Like I say,
to be fair, I don't know why we just don't keep under these restrictions. The players we've got. Because we did well last year. We weren't under restrictions, did we?
No. And the thing with it is that you can have that. You can have that problem, can't you? That you've got too many players. And, we've had that in the past where we've had too many players, and too many players doesn't help either, because then you don't get. You don't get the players wanting to perform for you, because some of them thinking they ain't going to get a chance. Even if there's an injury, they don't think there's going to get a chance. So I think, we have got about the right amount of people for what we need at the moment. Maybe a centre back and maybe a central midfielder. But apart from that, as you say, Balumi coming back, Miller coming back, Matazo, if Balumi's out to go by, he might get back a little bit early as well. And he was great for us. So, and when you look at Casey Palmer coming on this season, he's looked better this season than he was. So for me, I think we've maybe got the right amount of players. Can I just say before we go to anybody else, if you are watching us, please like, subscribe and share us because if you like us and you subscribe to us, it helps to keep us going because the little bit of money that we can get in, it costs us money to do this all the time. And it'd be nice for you to just support us. So if you can like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, that'd be really good. It'll really help us an awful lot. And also thanks, for tuning in, watching us waffle on about a load of rubbish and you interacting with us as well. It's really good to have you along and tuned in. Lee says that it's the best window that we've had for a while, which is good. And we'd like to get Geldhart next summer on a transfer to us. He actually wants to be here. And that seems like one of the things when you look, I mean, I looked at Giles after the game on Sunday, he's collapsed to the ground because he's put that much effort in and he seems like he really wanted that win. And the full team running over to McBurnie when he scored on Sunday, the subs bench included. That just goes to show really good togetherness, doesn't it, James?
Yeah, I mean, Baz Cooper actually said that he'd spoken to Gilo about sort of what he'd been like over the summer and what his thoughts were on the move to Borough and everything like that. And apparently he'd had to do a lot of soul searching to kind of, rediscover what he actually wants out of his career and what he wants as a player. And realistically, his priority at this moment in time just needs to be playing his football, playing his stuff, and being committed to the club. And at the end of the day, he's turned the fans around. Because, I mean, the opinion of him since he really came into the club has been absolutely shocking, really. And, ever since the start of this season, it seems like the narrative has completely changed around Giles, which is really nice to see. Especially for a player like, he's clearly got the quality and he just thrives on having that confidence. And now that he's got the belief behind him, I think he also maybe needed a manager that believed him as well. Because whether or not, I mean, Carrick probably did, but at the end of the day, he didn't really get his chance at Borough when he went back. So, it's just looking really good, isn't it? And I mean, I think I saw someone mention a minute ago in the comments, I think it was Louise, she mentioned there's a video going around on Twitter at the moment of Balumi having a shot on the goal. It's with the outside of his boot and it just slots into the top corner. So he's looking really good again. I mean, it's exciting to see him get back on the pitch, to be honest.
No, it'd be nice to see him get back on the pitch and, it will be nice to watch him play. The problem is that we don't want to force him back too quickly because, that causes injuries and we don't need to cause him another injury after he's just had a bad injury. So, we want him to be able to, keep going and have a go. We've got a special guest on the stream tonight. Some of you won't know. All these on the stream do that's on with me. But you guys who are watching won't know. We've got a special guest tonight. Tony's coming on to join us, and Tony's going to talk to us tonight about walking football. Evening to you, Taff. Is he there? We'll see if we can get Taff to work, and he needs to press something on there to talk to us because he's not pressing the right things. We'll try and get Taff on and see if he can talk to us. But you do a bit of this walking football, Paul. While we're trying to get Taff on, let us know a little bit about it.
Well, it's getting more and more popular. That is a certainty. I mean, we had, I think, nearly 40 people down today to our session. We had about 30 odd on Monday at Hesel. And it's more of a thing, it gets you fitter, but also it helps meeting other people. A lot of them have got, maybe had knee replacements. We've got a lad who don't play for us, but he has played. He's had a brain tumor. He just come back on Monday and started playing again. We've got a kid who plays regularly. He's only early 50s, I think. He's got dementia, a bit of, early onset dementia. So it is a good thing for people to get involved in. Obviously, there is various sort of levels of ability But it's more manoeuvrability that it makes the difference if you can move a little bit quicker. But people who can't move quick, we let them have the ball, and they've only allowed 3 touches anyway, so you just let them have the ball and do whatever they want with it. But it's just sort of, we have social evenings about once every 2 or 3 months. We go around town and have a few drinks and a bite to eat. And it's just a good thing. I mean, the one in Hesel have what they call the Lawnmower Club, and that one they let people go in. They have a guest speaker most weeks, and they talk about any problems they've had. I mean, one of the lads when I first joined, I went on one of the social nights, and he's a decent footballer. I mean, he's 73, I think now, or something like 74. If I'm doing him injustice, sorry, but he's in his 70s, and he'd had a stroke. And it was something, he sort of got over that, and he's playing walking football, try and keep himself a bit fitter. And it is a good thing for people, obviously, of a certain age. If they're interested in football, it's well worth getting involved in, because the camaraderie is real good. There's no real physicality. A little bit occasionally in some of the games, you can enter competitions. The physicality is a bit harder then, but obviously they're for people who want to get involved, such as myself, and Taft's another one who wants to get involved in that sort of thing. So I think it is a good thing for people to get involved in. I mean, I think there is people now over 40s. I know there's a Veterans League that's under 37 or something, but the walking football starts at over 40s now. I mean, mainly over 60s and 70s in our sort of group. But it's really enjoyable. It keeps you fit. You meet other people, learn their stories, and there's camaraderie is brilliant. So, anybody who wants to get involved should get involved. Hopefully, Taff will be on with his sort of ideas in a minute or two. But it's well worth getting involved in. I think anybody who's listening who fancies, playing football and maybe think I can't move a lot. You don't have to. We've got a fella in his 80s still plays. He can only move 2 or 3 yards, but you let him have the ball and he passes it and he likes coming. So it's a good crack to go to, realistically, if anybody's interested. I don't know where Adrian's gone, so I don't know how much more I can say about walking football, realistically. But
myself,
get involved if you want, if you can.
I had to go myself with work. We had a meeting at the Tigers Trophy Arena one night. Oh, it's here.
He's on.
There we go. We had a big drop out there with everybody, so I'm sorry we weren't on the radio and we weren't on here, but we seem to all be on now. Evening, Taff.
Evening. All right.
Nice to have you joining us. And you're enjoying your walking football, is what Paul tells me.
Enjoying it, and I must say that Paul gave a very good summary of where we are with it. Very good. I don't think I could do much better myself.
Yeah, I'm sure you
said
could.
It all
Yeah, it's growing. It's growing very fast in all clubs that we frequent. We play, Paul, myself, we play at Hesel, we play at Cottingham Rangers. I play at Age UK on a Tuesday and a Thursday. I go and play at Grimsby on a Thursday as well on some occasions, and it's the same thing over there. There's more and more people joining it all the time. Now, if you go back to a Peter Kay sketch where he says, cheese, cake. Sometimes when you say walking football, everybody goes, walking football. Well, I can do better than that. And then some people come and they're very, very surprised about how hard it is. You can get a real good sweat on. It gets your heart pumping. It's a fantastic feeling to smack a ball and see it land in the back of the net. And it brings back all their memories of yesteryear when you played. So
it's good. It's good for everything, really, Taffin. It's good for your energy. It's good for getting out and meeting people, and it's good if you're a bit, if you've lost a yard of pace, then walking's maybe the thing for you.
Indeed.
Are you going to do it then, AJ?
Well, listen, I will do at some point, Jan, but unfortunately my life is far too busy for walking football. I run a radio station, I have a job, and I like to have a little bit of a social life, and if I do too much, I might get divorced, so I've got to be really careful.
Don't mention that 4-letter word ending in K to us 8. Work.
Yeah, we
It's-
don't work. How did you get involved, Staff? I'd like to know. When and how did you get involved in it?
Right. So 9 years ago, I'd retired and went to live in Spain. I came back from Spain, and I tried doing an allotment. And then my wife said she was going to Alton Price, and she said there was something up there called walking football. And I said, all right. I said, I'll go and have a look. Anyway, I went up there, and like I said about the Peter Kay sketch, I looked at it and I thought, oh, that's too slow for me. I thought, it's not going to keep me going. And I went there, and the lad actually said, we're full. And I said, oh, you're full? So he said, yeah, can you come back next week? And then I got talking to a lad called Arthur Frisbee. Now, Arthur is 86 years of age. Everybody knows him in the football circles. He's the chairman of the Amateur Football Association in Hull. Very, very well-known guy. And he sat me down, and he had a chat, and he said, yeah, come back next week, he said. And then it started. I went, and it took off from there. Couldn't believe it.
I mean, you say it was full that week, Taff, but you're trying to get more people involved in this walking football, aren't you?
Well, that's right. We rent a facility, and it's all about the rental of facilities. And you can only get so many people on that particular pitch, can't you? So what we've been doing lately is just growing the numbers so much so that we're now renting an extra pitch every time we have a session on a Wednesday, for example. So our unitary numbers have gone up from 60 members to 83.
Wow.
And that's in the space of, the last 3-4 months, Paul?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's gone so
What
much.
the benefits do you think of walking football, Taff, for yourself or anybody else?
Well, for anybody, I think obviously it does away with loneliness. That's something you don't suffer from when you go to walking football, because you've got plenty of people to talk to, many, many different subjects. The social aspect is brilliant. We arrange certain nights to go out. We arrange to have lunch, various things. And what we talk about basically is football. Same as you guys doing, same as what you're doing there now. So we find it a great outlet, a great release.
Is it for both men and women, Taff?
Well, we have got women, and I'm just in the process of setting up a ladies over 50s team. That'll be.
We have actually at Hesel, not jumping in, Taff. After at Hesel, we've got an ex-England proper ladies like Lioness goal scorer. She scored, was it 40 or 50 goals for England?
Yeah, what a player!
The actual England team. So she is a really good player. To be fair,
she's well known. Kaz Walker. She was actually on the telly before the semi-final of England ladies. The Lionesses. Talking about that, but
so where's that base then, Taff?
Well, we're based at the moment. I don't know your name. Sorry, what's your name? Jan. All right, Jan. We're based at Cottingham at the moment, Cottingham Rangers, which is the university. Mm-hmm. But there's a big tournament going off this weekend up at St. Mary's School on Cranbrook Ave. Yeah. There's an over 50s ladies tournament kicking off there on Sunday, put on by our good friend Barry Brigham, who sets up these tournaments, and they're a wonderful tournament to attend. But this one is all for ladies over 50. So we've entered a team, and we're fairly new in a team sense, but we feel that we can do all right at this tournament. And that's all we're going to do is meet loads of other ladies that are the same, and maybe arrange a couple of friendlies with them. That's
So
what it gets.
how do people get involved if they want to, get involved in walking football, Taff?
Well, I think the best thing is to attend. Just come down and have a look. We play at Hessel at 11 a.m. on a Monday morning. We play at Alton Price with Age UK at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. We play at Hull University pitches on a Wednesday with Cottingham Rangers. We repeat that again on Friday at 11 a.m. On Thursday at 10 a.m. you can go down to Costello, Age UK. And them are the ones that I play in. There are others. There's a team playing at Cottingham itself called East Riding Rangers, and they play on a Thursday at 11 a.m.
North Ferriby, isn't they?
North Ferriby. Yeah, North Ferriby have I think about 3 sessions a week.
I think Hornsey as well, aren't they?
Hornsey, you're naming the teams now, apart from the 60s Lions. We've just lost one team called Pacemakers, but they've been replaced by a team called St. Mary's. And of course, we've got Tigers Trust, which is run by the people there down at the Echo Arena.
But they don't play there, do they? Because they advertised one, and I was going to go, but then it was based out at Mallet Lambert School in the east of Hull. So I thought if it was at the
ladies.
Yeah.
That's for ladies, Jan. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mallet Lambert and Hessel Rangers are, I think, about the only girls' teams around here.
Yeah.
Certainly over 40.
Get yourself down to Wingle Mile Lane, Jan, if you want to have a go.
No, I'd have gone to Halton Price though, because I can walk there. But yeah.
Yeah, they have a good lane there as well, don't they?
Yeah, go down and have a look.
I'm not going to Age UK.
Yeah, why not, John?
Because I'm not. It's like going on a Saga cruise.
Well, no, because this Karen runner up plays for England. She's only in mid-50s, so she's not,
we'll
but
she's younger than Jan then.
Yeah, she is. Indefinitely, she is. Yeah.
Well, down at Age UK, I mean, we've got a girl called Tina Marshall that goes down.
Yeah, she's not that old, is she?
She's not that old now, but she's over 50, obviously, to play for our team. But honestly, I think, John, if you've anything about you'll find that you can play equally amongst the men as you can with the women.
Ian's got a question.
Ian, go on, Ian.
Ian wants to know: is it 5-a-side, 7-a-side, or 11-a-side?
6.
just to be odd, Ian. It's 6. Jan needs to get there.
Right.
I go to Halton Price every day for different things, but I've seen the walking netball, but not the walking football.
Yeah,
Get yourself along, you'll enjoy it.
No, you go and watch it, Jan, at Tuesday, 10 a.m.
Morning, 10 o'clock. I might go and watch it, yeah.
Just go.
Well,
and
that's
watch
the thing,
it.
I think, innit? Go watch first, and then if you like it, then you can take part at that point, can't you?
Are you not tempted to run? Because that'd be the thing. I mean, I'm not very good at running anyway, but are you not tempted to? And do you not get told off?
Well, you get pulled up if you do, if the referee sees you.
Oh, yeah.
If he doesn't see you, you're all right.
I think Paul would say this as well, that the biggest shout for referees in walking football is you're running, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or we have to say now, you're not walking.
Yeah.
And you've won a couple of trophies for the walking football, Paul, haven't you?
Well, I was fortunate enough to get voted Player of the Year twice at Cottingham. Very lucky because there's a lot of good players there. Why I got it, God only knows. But it was very nice to get it, Thankful to the teammates for voting for me. But there is a lot of good players. Players.
Paul was our Mr. Reliable, eh? Don't let him smooth you over, mate. He was our Mr. Reliable. Yeah. Always there.
Well, I do my best.
There. Yeah, do your best.
I do my best.
He does moan and groan a lot, though.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
For referees blowing him up for running.
Well, it moans a lot on the City games at the MKM Stadium at the referees. Taff, so nothing's changed there, I can tell you. Lots of ways that people can get involved, lots of places that can go, Taff, and hopefully we can get a few more involved for you on the walking football.
Okay, that'll be great. If this broadcast goes out and reaches any ears of people that think walking football, like I said, cheesecake, walking football, it doesn't really go together, but it's a cracking game. It's a cracking game.
Is, yeah,
454 people watching at the moment, Taff, so hopefully some of those people will be who you're looking for and will maybe get involved in it, and start to enjoy the benefits of walking football like you and Paul are, Taff.
Yeah, tell them not to come down together though, Paul. All right.
454, I don't think we could manage.
Are you into Hull City as well then, Taff?
I must admit, I'm not a Hull City fan per se.
Not Leeds, are you?
No, I'm Man United.
Well, nearly as bad.
but I'm Welsh, you see, so.
I'll back against him though, can't we?
You could have supported Swansea or Cardiff then.
Cardiff
Wrexham
was my boyhood team. That's who I was a skinhead for. Yeah, it was good old days.
Good old days. Good to have you on, Taff. Thanks for talking to us about walking football. And if you get anybody on, let us know, because we'd love to hear that you've had a bit of success from coming on and talking to us tonight.
Thank you, Aid. Thank you, Jan. And thank you, Paul. Thanks for the opportunity.
Take care of yourself, Taff.
See you Friday.
Ta-ra, mate.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye. That was Taff talking about walking football. I was going to ask him about Hull City's game at the weekend, but it's not going to work if he's not a City fan, Chris, is it?
No, I mean, he could have only had good things to say, though, couldn't he?
He could, yeah, really. He couldn't have had anything bad to say after we've let him on. So your thoughts on Saturday's early kickoff at home, Blackburn? It's a tough game, isn't it?
I think it's tougher than it looks. If you look at the table, I don't think they've picked up any points yet. I think it was a late losing goal that they conceded at the weekend. And obviously, Mr. McLaughlin will be coming back, so I'm sure he'll be digging his heels in and trying to keep that clean sheet, won't he? But I think they're a good team. They've been consistent in the Championship for a number of years. I can't remember. Is it the captain that they lost? They lost one of their influential players, didn't they, over the summer? So, but the way we're playing, I'm confident we'll still get a win.
New game coming at half-time. Apparently higher and lower. It's going to be easier to win the 10 grand than it was last season. That's good news, isn't it, James? Because last season it was hard to win that 10 grand.
It was, and I distinctly remember actually seeing Aunt, my cousin, slip over on the halfway line when he tried to do the
we saw it too, yeah. James. We didn't laugh much, honestly.
I know. So I mean, it'll be nice to change things up, and maybe actually see someone win the money this year.
It would be nice to see somebody win the money. And what do you think about Saturday's game, James?
Well, from what I've heard so far, I mean, Blackburn sound like they've been unlucky to not have picked up any points just yet. I mean, the game against West Brom sounds like it was a game of two halves, where West Brom dominated the first half, but Blackburn got back into the game in the second and probably could have come away with a point. Just a little bit unlucky. And then, as I say, the same against Birmingham, where realistically they was winning the game up until I think it was into the final minutes of the game, and then Birmingham scored 2 goals. So I think easily Blackburn's going to be a very difficult game. Anyone underestimating them just because they haven't picked up any points, all they need to look at is actually the statistics from the games they've already played. So, but I'm still going to be optimistic. We look like we're attacking the threat all the time, and we look like we can score goals. So you never really know what's going to happen. But I'm a lot more positive about it than I would have been last season, for example.
Need to shore up that defence a bit, Paul, don't they, before Saturday's game, just to make sure we don't concede the goals, because scoring goals are all right, but you don't want to concede any silly goals.
No, it was a problem, obviously, against Oxford. But the thing is, I think, Blackburn are a hard team. They're a regular team in the Championship out there. They usually start off better than they have this season, to be fair. I think last season, there was probably top of the league early on. I mean,
we played them early last season at Blackburn. and we won.
Yeah, one of the walking football actually is a Blackburn supporter, and he said he sees it as a 6-pointer. I think it's a bit over the top, that personally, but it'll be a tough game. Blackburn aren't a bad team. I think, like James said, they're not a bad team. It'll be a tough game. If we can get a win, I think the start to the season will have been brilliant, to be quite honest, but it won't be easy. We've got to obviously not concede sloppy goals and make sure, like you says, we show up the defence. We have got an attacking threat. That's the only advantage if we do concede. I think last season, if we conceded, we probably thought we was going to lose. I think this season, it looks as though we've got chances to score from a number of people. So it could well be that, we can afford to get a goal in and still win. But I'd like the defence to play as well as they did at Coventry and keep it tight and make sure they don't get many chances so that, if we do score a couple at the other end, it's not so worrying.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, I think that, Blackburn they're probably in a bit of a false position at the moment. I think they're a better side than the league table says. I mean, we're talking about the league table. There's only 2 games gone, Jan, isn't they?
Yeah, because because the other one was a cup game, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we win on Saturday, then we go top for a couple of hours, don't we? Because we play first.
Yeah, no, we certainly do.
I mean, I just, in the back of my mind, I just think that defence last year kept us up. So we've got to rely. We can't just rely on scoring more goals than we're conceding. Otherwise, we're improving one end and then not improving the other end. So listening to Sergey after the game, I'm sure he'll have been working with the defence. Because I do think at Coventry, we set up very differently. We were on the front foot on Sunday from minute 1, whereas at Coventry, we were relying on the counter, weren't we, really?
Well, he sort of said, Anthony, in his interviews that he'd like to do the Steve Bruce style, 3 points at home and a point away, which it's a good way to go, isn't it, really?
I'm quite happy with 3 points away because we go to the away games. the away atmosphere is just so good. It's just so good.
Well, I have bought my ticket to go to Bristol City.
Yeah, we've got ours,
I'm going to try and go to some more away games this season.
It's not a good ground. We haven't got a lot of luck there, though,
Well, I've convinced the wife that we'll go away there, and she's not coming to watch the game.
It's a nice weekend. It is a nice weekend.
We're gonna go stay over there, and we've booked tickets to go see a Coldplay tribute on the night. We went to Coldplay on Monday. Went to see them, and it was really, really good. And because of that, I've booked this Coldplay tribute that are actually played in Bath, which is next to Bristol. Yeah. So we're gonna go watch them on the Saturday night. So that's got me a few brownie points to let me go to see Hull City away at Bristol City. Best way to go, Paul, and get a few brownie points.
It's always nice to have a brownie point or two, isn't it? Definitely. It's not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, I think it'll be a tough game this weekend. I think as you say, they're in a false position. The league, you can't make out of the league after 2 games. I think 10 games is more of a realistic time to be looking at the league, but it'll be a hard game. If we can get 3 points Saturday, I think the start to the season, irrespective of the Bristol result, will have been good, to be quite honest. If we got 7 points out of them 4 games, I was looking at 4 points, to be quite honest, but we're doing a lot. We've got
the 4 that you wanted already, so we can only improve on that, can't we?
I think so, yeah.
Would you keep the same team, Chris, that he started with on Sunday?
I think, you don't change your winning team. I'd probably stay with it. The one, I mean, going again to the team on Saturday, he's probably going to be on the bench, but they're expecting Balomi back as well, aren't they? And I'll tell you what, the way Ndala's been playing, even when Miller's back, that isn't automatically a share. He's gonna have to fight to get that back.
Yeah.
Well, you say that, and I'd probably, I mean, I've watched Ndala, and he's not bad, but I don't think. People. I mean, James, you was raving about Ndala as well. He's a little bit raw for me at the moment. He's got a little bit more to do to get me on side.
It's not as raw as Ohio was, and you wanted him back.
That's true.
But I've just been impressed by him. I said a couple of weeks ago that he's untested in the Championship, and I was like questioning whether he'd have that discipline to get back and defend. And he has been, and I just think he offers something different. He can go on the outside. He's cutting inside. He's scored a goal. He's trying to thread passes through. So he's looking good so far, and I think he's only got more time to improve.
He has
Yeah,
got
I
time to
agree.
improve, and I think the players around him can help. I think that little bit of experience that we've got in the team this year is going to help the younger people to develop more and hopefully grow. The only thing is that when you're teaching people like Ndala to be better, you're only adding value for him for Man City, which is the thing that frustrates me. If you are watching us on the podcast or listening on the radio tonight, if you could go onto YouTube and you could subscribe to the channel and like us and share it and all that sort of stuff, that would be really good because it really helps us. We've got nearly 500 people watching us tonight. Thanks very much for watching. It's been really good to have you on, and thanks for all the comments. There have been some really good comments on there tonight. Really enjoyed seeing some of the comments, and there's a lot of positivity going around Hull City at the moment, so that's good. And hopefully we can get a positive result again this Saturday. Early kickoff 12:30. Don't get there too late, because if you're going for a 3 o'clock kickoff, you'll miss it, unfortunately. So yeah, in one of these 12:30s that we don't particularly like, but we have to put up with due to Sky these days, don't we?
Yeah.
We've got about a minute left on the podcast. Any closing thoughts from you, Jan?
Yeah, we're going to win on Saturday. I do think the team spirit and the togetherness, that'll get us over the line.
Your last thoughts, Chris?
I'd echo that. Yeah, we spoke about the way that the team celebrated together and showing that determination to fight for one another. So keep that going forward. And I'm going for 2-1 on Saturday.
Your last thoughts, James?
Yeah, agree with that. 2-1. And I would swap Slater for Crooks in the starting 11, just because I think we're going to need a bit more of an engine in the midfield this week.
Good call. Paul?
I think 2-0, to be honest. I'm thinking he's worked on the defence. We're not going to let one in, and we'll score a couple.
Brilliant. Well, let's hope that one of those results is right. I'm hoping for a win as well. I'm hoping for a good game. Looking forward to it. We'll be back on the podcast next week from 7 o'clock here on Humberwave Radio and on to Hull and Back podcast. Thanks very much for watching, tuning in, listening. Coming up after us tonight, we've got Jess on the radio. Stay tuned for that, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks a lot.
Bye.